Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Barbon Plays Minecraft. I wanted to start out here building a blue orchid farm for today. I have a couple other things planned, a couple other farms I want to start. But I think for now we're actually going to get started on this orchid farm. It's going to be pretty similar to the Nylium and Warped Nylium farm that we built in our cave there. It's going to be slightly bigger, I think, so we're going to probably make it maybe... Let's see, how long do I want to make this thing? Let's see. Actually, let's put this back one more block. These pistons here. I think maybe... Let's make it 8 blocks. Should be good enough. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and place some, just some building blocks here. I'm just going to use some oak wood. And then how wide do we want this? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I think we'll put our other pistons right here, which means we need to dig out this as well. Let me see. I think we can move this back one more layer and we'll be fine. Yeah, okay, so I like how wide that is. I mean, that seems wide enough. We don't really need a ton of these. I just wanted to have a farm of them in case we ever did want to use them. And we're going to be probably trying to get a farm for each color of dye. I want to start working on a cactus farm today as well. Okay, I think this is a pretty decent size here. Go ahead and put some more pistons back here. I just restocked my redstone chest, guys. So we have is that on an axe? I thought that was an axe block. I guess it's a pickaxe. Just restocked my redstone chest. So now we have like a ton of redstone supplies. I have to do that now and again. Since we use so many redstone devices in this world, I don't usually do that. I'm not usually like a redstone kind of person, but since we're trying to automate a lot of stuff, I actually have to. So, okay, so then we're gonna go ahead and place a note block on top of these blocks right here, the one right in front of the piston. And then you're gonna go ahead and place an observer back behind it, just like that. I mean, we've built this on camera before, but in case you forgot, I'm going to have to go grab some more redstone. So I actually have another build to show you guys today as well that I did off camera. It's nothing major, but just something I did when I was kind of bored today. Didn't feel like recording, but felt like kind of building something, so went ahead and built a house close to our iron farm over there above the cave. I have this kind of interesting idea that we might try out, or I might just use these houses as decorations, but basically I want to build a neighborhood of houses and buildings over above the cave that we'll use to store things. So there'll be like the sugarcane house that'll be full of sugarcane. We'll just put a bunch of barrels in there and fill them with sugarcane. And then there'll be maybe like a cobblestone house, which is just full of cobblestone. That kind of thing. I think that might be kind of more interesting than just having a room for it in our cave, but we'll have to see. I'm not really sure if I'm going to do that yet. Okay, so the farm is actually sort of working already. Let me just turn down the volume a bit because this is going to be really loud. So if we go ahead and hit this block here, you can see it shuffles the floor back and forth. And then if we... Okay, and then if we hit that again, it stops shuffling the floor. So now we just need to basically add a dispenser here in the middle. So since we're 8 blocks, it's not going to be exactly in the middle, but let's go to 4th block in, and then let's see here. I think we'll do it right here. So basically, actually, you know what, let's move it over to this block. So we're going to have to dig down a couple blocks here because we're going to need to run some hoppers under here. But for now, we're just going to place down a dispenser right there. Then run some hoppers just under the grass here, like so. You don't have to run them out this far. Actually, I think we're going to stop them right here. Then we'll go up. And then we can just cover this over. We'll leave this uncovered for now, though. Like I said, we built this on camera before, but if you kind of forgot or didn't watch that episode or whatever, here you go. So, okay, so then we're going to head down here next to the dispenser. We just need a couple blocks dug out. We're going to place one that goes, nope, other way. One that goes, it's going to be, oh, that's not the right block. One of them is going to be facing away from the dispenser, and the other one is actually going to be facing, it's going to be facing the block that is above us, or above the, I guess the grass, you could say. It's like this. And then we're going to go ahead and do that. Oops. Yeah, I'm just going to fill this with bone meal, and then I'll show you the farm working. This is just so we can get these blue orchids again. We don't have a good source for them currently. You can see it gives us tons of orchids really quickly here. We'll go ahead and just turn it off. It's really laggy. But if we go ahead and pick these up, we should get over a stack at least, maybe close to a stack and a half. Yeah, so almost a stack and a half there, just from letting it run for a couple seconds. That didn't really use too much bone meal either. This is still dumping its bone meal into the dispenser there, but yeah, so I just wanted to do this really quick. I think I might actually want to finish it a little bit nicer here. We'll probably change out these blocks just for just oak planks, just so that it matches. Just like that. And then wanted to try to do it over here as well, but we may not be able to. Here we go. Kind of hard to get it on the off tick, I guess. But yeah, this will be actually done after this. We're pretty much just making it look nice now, and then I think I'm going to do a ring of oak wood just around here just to give it a finished look. And the next thing I'm going to show you guys actually that I've been working on is getting a bunch of bees ready to go, because we're going to start farming bees and honey and all that good stuff pretty soon here. Basically, I got to get that dirt that I dropped into the dispenser out of there. All kinds of dirt and stuff in there. Yeah, there we go. Basically, I have this method for getting beehives pretty quickly that I wanted to share with you guys, because I haven't seen anybody else use the same method. But it's pretty simple. We'll just head over to where those trees are decaying in the distance. So basically, if you guys didn't know, to get a oak or birch tree to spawn with a beehive in it, you need to actually have a flower within 2 blocks from it. So we'll grab a stack or two of saplings here. You can use, like I said, oak or spruce, but you just have to have a flower within 2 blocks of that sapling. So what this area here is actually a field for getting beehives, for, I guess, not duplicating them, but spawning them in with, like a legitimate method. I'll grab a couple flowers here because I'm missing some flowers, actually. But basically, these are spaced out perfectly so that each tree will have 4 flowers around it. Let's see. So you place them diagonally, but you skip a block. So you can see there's one here. You're going to place another one there. I'm just patching this hole here because I forgot to actually fill it in earlier. But yeah, I think that's good now. So, and then what you do is you come in here and you place a tree between each couple of flowers. And then you just kind of wait for them to grow, or you can bone meal them, either way. And you should get a decent amount of beehives that way. Then you just wait till nighttime. You go ahead and put a campfire under the beehive. There's a couple over there still from me growing trees. And then you you make sure the bees are in it because it'll be nighttime. And you can just silk touch the beehive, and that's how you get a bunch of bees pretty easily. And then you can just breed them pretty much infinitely after that. But you at least need to get a decent group of bees, I guess, to get started. And I'll show you that house that I was talking about that I built off camera. It's just right over here. Yeah, I just felt like building a house today, and I thought this would be a nice place for one. Um, I don't want to have just like one or two buildings around here. I want there to be buildings pretty much all over the place. And in order to do that, I kind of am going to have to do a bunch of it off camera, just because, I mean, this took me like maybe, I don't know, maybe an hour to build this. But if I record, it's going to take me a lot longer. And it's just not that interesting to watch, I don't think. I think I'm like a semi-okay builder, but it's not super interesting. So yeah, we may put like a bunch of barrels in here and then fill those with a certain type of item. And we may put, a bunch of these similar houses around here, just around on top of our base here, so that they're not too far away, but definitely far enough so that they're not right on top of it. And I want to do like a little neighborhood or a little town throughout the forest here. All right, and I just wanted to show here, these are the types of flowers that we can currently farm. So I've got a bunch of these blue orchids to put in the chest downstairs, but oops. But these are the ones that we can currently farm. I actually built one of those flower farms out in the flower forest near the end portal, and from that we get the azure bluette, we get the allium, which is one of my favorite Minecraft flowers. These come from, of course, over there in our iron farm, and then these four here. If you didn't know, you can just put bone meal on these two tall flowers here, and it'll duplicate them. So we don't really need to actually set up a farm for those types. But yeah, so we still need a couple more different types of flowers because I want to be able to get all of them. The wither roses are going to be a little bit hard to do. We're going to have to do that in the end, I think. There's a method you can use to actually trap the wither inside a bedrock, and then it'll continuously kill mobs. And I think we're going to set up a chicken farm there so that we can have it kill chickens, and then it'll give us a bunch of wither roses. A couple other flower types should be pretty easy to farm. There's the cornflowers and the dandelions. Those will be pretty easy just because we just need to set up one of those, another one of those flower farms somewhere nearby where those flowers will grow. And I think those just grow in like plains and forest, and they're not real hard to come by. So we should be able to do that pretty easily. Alright, and then one last thing I wanted to show you guys before we get started on today's projects. I brought some foxes over from the taiga biome that we spawned in at the beginning of this world. I don't have any ender pearls to get in there, but yeah, I want to start getting a bunch of foxes, and then we'll be able to use those in a sweet berry farm because they will actually drop what they have in their mouths to pick up sweet berries or harvest them. Alright guys, so as promised, we're going to be starting the cactus farm now. I'm going to be putting it right here next to the sugarcane farm. It's pretty simple. This is a design that I've actually used for years, probably since I first learned how to make a Minecraft farm. This is probably actually my first one that I ever made. We're going to be using the exact same design as sort of a throwback, of course with different blocks, because when I started playing, concrete was actually not in the game yet, but other than that, the basic design principles were pretty much the same for my first farm as well. We didn't have hoppers back then either, so I actually wasn't able to automatically collect the items. I had to actually stand there and wait for the cactuses to fall down, and then I could harvest them. But let me see here. So we're gonna need some chests now. Craft another crafting table. I think I'm up to like 50 crafting tables in this world because I always make a. Nope, I already had chests. I always make a new one whenever I start a project, and then by the time I'm done with the project, I basically just throw it out. So we're gonna go ahead and let's see here, put in just a couple pieces of this concrete to kind of hide that dirt there, and then put our chest right here, and that'll be our main collection chest. And then inside's fairly simple, straightforward. You should be able to follow this pretty easily. And I'm only going to build one layer on camera, and then I'll do the rest off camera. But for the most part, you should be able to just follow along and do this yourself if you want to. If I do that, and then I place this block next to it, you'll see that it falls off. We actually lost the cactus there. It's not very common, but it does happen. This is the fun part. This is how I did it back when I first built it too. I would jump onto the cactuses, place the fence, and then jump off. It's kind of funny. You don't have to do it like that. I'm just being silly, but yes, we're gonna go ahead and place. You only need what is it? 8 per layer, 8 fences per layer, just because you only need to put them between the cactuses. They don't need any special placement as long as they're just between these. You do them the other way too, this way instead of long ways, I guess. Alright, so yeah, we do want to actually place some lighting in between. I think we're going to do, let's see, let me get some junk blocks just to demonstrate. We're going to place these like between and up from the fences, just like this. Again, you only really need 4 per layer. That should be good enough. I think back when I originally made this farm, I ended up just putting torches on top of the fences, which that works as well. If you're kind of short on resources or you don't have villagers to trade with or whatever, this will work just fine as well. But yeah, I'm going to keep on building here, and then I think I'll probably do 3 layers to this. That'll give us 48 plants. Should give us some pretty decent yields as far as cactus drops. We're basically just doing this just so that we have both cactuses as a plant that we can plant, like on the ground, and also just so that we can use it as dye, because you need it to make, let me see, lime dye, cyan dye, and green dye. So that's one layer of it. You can actually, I'm just going to use this as an example, you can just put a platform over the top of this at the same level as the glowstone there. Wandering trader, let's see what he's got. Fire coral block, that's kind of cool actually. Beetroot seeds, bucket of pufferfish. Nothing real useful. I think we're actually going to grab some of this because I have not found one of those warm oceans with the coral reefs yet, so we're going to go ahead and grab that. Is it going to unlock? I don't know if these guys reset their trades. I don't think they do actually. That's fine. I'm going to show you how I'm getting my concrete. So you basically just stack up. You can do it like 1 or 2 stacks, whatever, maybe even 3 stacks, and then you just stand here, and the haste 2 also helps. But just mine down the bottom block, and it'll just keep on falling. You can, lag spike. You can do this with an automatic system with TNT as well, but when you only need a few stacks like this, that's not really necessary. Alright, so as I was trying to explain just a bit ago, we're going to go ahead and make a platform that goes on this level, that's going to be on the same level as the glowstone. Just like this. I just didn't have enough to do it there on camera, so I had to go make some more. We're using white concrete because I was going to use quartz, but then I figured that quartz is a lot more expensive, and this probably actually looks better because it's doesn't really have any patterns in it, whereas the quartz sort of has a pattern to it. I'm going to have to make some more of this, but you get the idea. I'm going to build this up a bit more, and then I'll show you guys what I've got. And there you have it, guys. So there's the completed cactus farm. Like I said, I was going to do 3 layers. I think it turned out pretty well. We'll do a flyover really quick, just so you can see what it looks like in relation to the sugarcane farm. It's a bit smaller. I went with kind of an alternating pattern for the sides. I alternated between middle supports and corner supports. And it gives it this kind of like retro modern look, which I think is pretty cool. Let's see, we've already got a couple of cactus down here. Yeah, we already got 6 from it, so that'll be should be pretty decent rates on that. I really like how it looks too, and of course how it works, because it works like my first ever cactus farm, which is pretty cool to me. Alright guys, well I think that's going to do it for today's episode. We got a lot done, even though it's kind of a bit of a shorter episode again. Sorry about that, but I haven't had enough time to really do a long episode again lately. I basically only have a couple hours to record these sometimes, so um, it's kind of good that I get to record it all, I guess. But I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and until next time, take care. Bye bye.